Recognize Alderman Coletti.
I don't have any pearls of wisdom. I tried to give you those during the last few weeks of budget discussion. I am saddened. I'm not very pleased with where we're at right now. This isn't leadership. This is gamesmanship. This is, turning around and attempting to try and isolate a couple of issues. And it's almost like when I look at the way we're acting on this budget, it's exactly the way the public views how the city functions. Everyone assumes that everything up here is ass backwards, and nothing ever happens the way that it's supposed to. Yet so much is accomplished every day by the people who work in the city, and there's so much positive work and movement that the city has, that when we get into a debate like this, it certainly isn't something that the public looks at us and says this is tremendous leadership, and that somehow we, what I'm afraid of, where we're headed, is that we smell the sense that we can move the executive department. The question is, from what I've seen so far through this process, where are we going to move? Is 4 enough? Is 10 enough? Are we going to turn around and why don't we open the branches we closed in 1991? In other words, when we start to realize that there are certain reductions, I never believed from the start that we needed to make these cuts on the municipal side. And you heard me speak over and over again that the override was about the schools, not about the municipal side. But I've also said something very clearly to my colleagues that you guys have just completely missed. And that is that this is a fluid process that has another 5 months to go. But no, we have to try, and this brings me back to some of the old days when we used to pull this, but we had a concept of moving monies into budget reserve and working to negotiate with the mayor in a way that's different from the feeling that I have about us, the way we've acted, at least in the last 3 nights. The numbers of resolutions that have come out, the fact that we continue to go over and over and over issues, that we need more time. You heard me pull back many of my policies. Was I happy that they weren't put into place? But maybe I was expecting too much too soon from my colleagues and even the mayor's office in terms of realizing that we have to move in some new directions. So I find myself in a position where I have very few options, but I will tell you one thing. I am not comfortable about having this budget denied tonight and then see where we go from there. And I have other things on my mind to do, and I would hope that people would really seriously look at what they think they're accomplishing by what you're doing tonight, right now. And I'm prepared to turn around and do whatever I can to move a budget forward tonight. And I'm going to be...
Alderman Coletti, you're out of time. I'm sorry.
Just another minute, please. I'm not going to...
All those in favor of suspension of the rules for additional minutes, say aye.
And I tell my colleagues that there's enough time between now and the time we really have to make some additional decisions about free cash and other issues regarding the $4.9 million, which we never really even touched on. So I'm hoping that we can get this budget approved tonight, and I would ask those of you that are on the fence to consider your position on this, with the understanding that the mayor's office has agreed to continue to cooperate. They have done nothing but say that to me in the meetings that I've had with them, and I need to impress upon you the fact that this budget needs to be adopted. So I hope that you would consider changing your votes and supporting the passage of this, and let us move forward and not backward, because I've never seen anything like this in my 31 years, and not that I'm amazed. And
I'm sorry, Alderman Coletti, I'm going to have to ask you for additional time.
It's just a place that I feel very uncomfortable in. Thank you.
Thank you.